In the year 20XDX, Pat Frost decided to buy a capture card, and with that capture card, he wanted to play the Mega Man 11 demo! Anyways, welcome to my Let's Play of the Mega Man 11 demo. Gonna jump right in on normal difficulty. And yeah, I bought a capture card, and I want to use the Mega Man 11 demo kind of as a testing ground with it. Now, Mega Man 11 has all the classic moves you would expect. Like, you can jump and move, obviously, you can fire your buster, and you can charge your Mega Buster for a powerful shot. And you can also slide, jump. Okay, whatever. But there's, in the top left corner, you can see there's a new gameplay addition. The gears. So, if you press the R button, everything, like, you basically go into bullet time. Everything around you moves incredibly slowly, and you keep your normal speed. And yeah, so that's that. And with L you can activate the power gear, which lets you basically shoot 2 shots per round. And you also have a really powerful charge shot. This one. No, not that one. Hang on 1 second. I'm waiting here for a reason. And okay, that should be good enough. Let's see. Yeah, your charge shot is also double. However, because I've used the gears too much now, I am overheated. So I can't use the gears for a while. Now I'm sad. But that aside, there is one more technique, the double gear technique, dual gear, whatever it's called. So when you're at low health, you can press both L and R to basically get the benefits of both gears at once, as well as an incredibly powerful charged shot, only one. However, when you use that technique, you overheat a lot. Like, as you can see in the left, top left corner there, kind of. My gauge is running out very slowly. And while this is happening, after using the double gear, you can't even charge your Buster Shot. But with that aside, that's all the tutorial stuff done. And we are ready to fight our first and only blockade. Blockman. I'm sorry for the pun. That is... yeah, whatever. That's a pun. Puns are never funny. I occasionally find them funny. Whatever. We get 2 lives, which is pretty standard. And I actually practiced the demo a bit. Like, I went all the way to the boss, but I kept dying to him. So, maybe this will be the run where I finally beat him. Because this boss is actually quite unexpectedly hard. But we will get to that later. I also hate these enemies up here, like the little hamster wheel dudes, because you can only do damage when you hit the very small opening, and you have a very small window of actually hitting them. So, yeah, that's not fun to deal with. These hammer dudes are not really a problem, and I don't know why I'm reviewing every single enemy, so I'm gonna stop. Instead, I want to talk about my history with the Mega Man series. So, even though I had an NES growing up, I never had the classic Mega Man games for it. But I actually did have a Game Boy, and okay, and for that Game Boy, again, I've never owned a Mega Man game, I don't think, but a friend of mine from primary school used to be big into Mega Man, and he had Dr. Wily's Revenge and Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy. So every now and then I would borrow those games from him to try and beat them. By the way, this is speed gear in action. Really helpful against these dudes, because you only have a small window of actually hitting them. But with speed gear, you can actually increase that window by a lot. So that's really useful. But yeah, as I was saying, my friend, his name was Jan. He had Mega Man 1, Dr. Wily's Revenge. Dr. Wily, not Wily. And Mega Man 2 for the original Game Boy. And I would borrow the games, try to play through them, but of course, because I was a little bab and not used to Mega Man games difficulty, I used to play Mario mainly as a kid, I got bodied real hard. And eventually I got sort of decent at the game, like Dr. Wily's Revenge, that is. And one time I was able to make it to the final level. So the Dr. Wily castle or whatever. Yeah, Dr. Wily's castle. However, there's one section in that level, I believe it's fairly close to the end too, which is a total nightmare to deal with. because you have to climb up and down ladders. And while you do that, these random birds drop eggs, which hatch a lot of small birds. And if you get hit once, like Mega Man refuses to hold on to the ladder. He lets go immediately, and you basically fall and lose all your progress. Just like I just did. Funny how that worked out. But yeah. And because I could never make it through those ladders, I kept getting more and more damage, and I just kept dying. And eventually I would run out of lives, and I gave up. And as a kid, I never managed to beat that area. And to this day, I mean, I have this game on my 3DS as a virtual console game, but yeah, to this day, I was never able to beat it without save states. But yeah, going back to the original NES series, so as I said, growing up, I never had a Mega Man game on the NES, or SNES for that matter, but eventually, thanks to the virtual console, I was able to buy them. So, Mega Man 1 until 6, I played on my 3DS, and later on, I think on my PlayStation 4 with the Legacy Collection. And yeah, first I finished them on my 3DS only with save states, but later on I beat them legit on my PlayStation. So I was proud of that. Then Mega Man 7 I got on my Wii U, and I think I only finished it with save states to this day. So I have to go back to that game. And Mega Man 8, while I do have access to it, I've never played it. I've only played the tutorial level, basically. But after that, nothing else. And people always say Mega Man 8 might be the worst in the series, which I can't agree with yet, because I haven't seen much of the game. But it seems like a fair enough game. Like, it controls well. But again, I'll have to make my judgment call when I finally get around to playing it. And then Mega Man 9 and 10, I do have access to, but I've never got around to testing them out. So I'll go back to them eventually too, on my Legacy Collection again. Yeah, and that aside, I also played Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3 on my Wii U via Virtual Console, which, great games. I think the original Mega Man X might be my favorite Mega Man game. It's a toss-up between that and 4, for some reason. I don't know why, I just like the bosses in 4, and the music too. But yeah, that aside, the Mega Man X games are also something I've always meant to go back to. I mean, I've never even seen anything from 5, 6, 7, and 8, aside from a few, like, snippets here and there. And again, I do have access to them. I have the Mega Man X Legacy Collection on the Switch, like both of them, but never had the time to basically play through them. So that'll be something for later. And speaking of Mega Man X, when I first tried out this game here, Mega Man 11, because X is the one I played most recently, I went in completely blindly expecting X controls. So as you can see here, I jump, 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 and nothing happens. Because in X you have kind of a wall jump or a wall cling, but this is not in this game. This is a lot more traditional. But there's still a few new things in this game here, Mega Man 11, which is really great. Those new things really make a lot of sense. Let me just grab that energy. Okay, thank you. So the new things they've added was, so earlier you had to go to your sub-screen and always select Rush specifically to activate him. However, in this game, when you have your normal Buster selected, you can just press X and you summon Rush immediately. So no need to go to the sub-screen. Next, you've probably seen it already, the demo gives you access to Scramble Thunder and Pile Driver, 2 of the sub-weapons, which you'll get by defeating the bosses, so that's nice. I've tried them out a bit, didn't like them. I might use them against the boss when I get there. And one final thing, and this makes the most sense in my mind. So, in the earlier Mega Man games, why did that not hit? Thank you. Oh, a 1-up! Nice! Thank you, good sir! And yeah, as I was saying, in most original Mega Man games, if you wanted to switch weapons, no matter which ones, you had to do this. over and over. Go to your subscreen, select the weapon, realize you have the wrong weapon, go back to the subscreen, select the correct one. However, in this game, with a basic press of ZR or ZL, you can flick through all the weapons you have unlocked. Very, very useful. However, we are now at the boss of the area, Blockman. Thank you, Roger Waters, for your input. Yeah, so he is, of course, a wall, basically. Like a robot-shaped wall-shaped robot, you decide. And he is actually quoting Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall, which is awesome. Oh, and by the way, he has a ridiculous second form. He just turns into a gigantic frickin' robot. And when I played this in my testing attempt, this completely caught me off guard. I did not expect him to turn into a frickin' gigantic wall of bricks. So this was incredible when I played this first, and I wish I would have gotten the reaction on camera, but I didn't, alas. And I also suck quite a bit at this boss. I don't know its pattern yet properly, so I have to kind of abuse my gears. I know that to avoid the hits, I can kind of stand close to him, and every time I do that, I get hit by its kick though. And now comes the final form. You can just shoot through the bricks with the Mega Buster, which I wish I would have known earlier, because like a moron, I just kept jumping over the bricks and sliding under them in my test. So yeah, that wasn't fun. Oh, come on, just die. You need one more hit. Come on. No? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. There we go. Outlasted him. Okay. I can't believe I beat him in my first try. And didn't even lose a life. Because in my testing attempt, I died like 8 times in both the level and against the boss combined. So, I am glad that this recording went so smoothly. And do we get anything? Okay, here's the get weapon screen. It's actually quite nicely drawn, I have to say. And yeah, wow, this is nice concept art. I like that. Headgear, arm gear. Get equipped with block dropper. No, it just says you got a new weapon. Really? I liked it more when they said get equipped with instead of you got a new weapon. Okay, so what you can do is you can basically rain down the Berlin Wall onto your enemies. So you just hit the button and you drop bricks. That is literally it. What is this? Good weapon. Anyways, that's the Mega Man 11 demo done. I'm kind of a bit bummed out that there's not more content. Like, you can't even select the highest difficulty. So that's kind of a shame. But I have to say, I really enjoyed the way that it played. And when I saw the first trailer, I was a bit worried because, oh, it's got 3D graphics, it's not going back to the 8-bit style. And the latest, in big air quotes, Mega Man game we got was Mighty Number 9. And we all know what kind of a bust that was. And yeah, this game has a similar graphic style, and the voice acting too, but it actually works quite well. I like it. And I have to say, Mega Man 11 will be a first day buy for me. But with that being said, I will shut down the game, go to my home menu, look at my games, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.